You're about to take the first step on the longest journey of your life. The longest journey.
Welcome to Let's Play with Honey in the longest journey. And this has been the longest epic journey to bring this game to you guys. Mostly because it was made in 1999, although it took a couple of years to come to the States, and it's filled with movie scenes, cutscenes, and they're great, but how those were saved back then is not exactly modern standard video format now. So it's been a bit of a journey, but it's worth it. I'm so excited to bring this game to you. It is a really fun game. It is one of my favorite adventure games simply because of how epic and grand the scale is. There is a ton of character interaction and beautiful voiced dialogue that lets you just get further and further and further into the story. That said, I'm going to be quiet during the long dialogue. I might comment here and there, but for the most part, I don't want to take away from the character interaction and the sense of what's unfolding. However, there's plenty of travel time where we can talk about that cutscene or that conversation that just happened along the way. And if we've already covered everything, well, there's no problem just fast forwarding that bit. Anyway, I also want to let you guys know that this is a mature title, so I will warn you right now, there will be F-bombs, there will be references to sex, to drugs, and there are very explicit conversations and situations. It was a mature game for a reason. So, although graphically it's not quite as in your face as some mature games you see now, it's still there content-wise. So I just want to give you guys a warning about that too. So, let's go ahead and begin the journey. Lion is in the streets.
So, you've come to hear me tell a story, have you?
If you please, we would love to hear one of your stories. You have seen so much. You have lived so long.
Oh, so good of you to remind me of my age, child. No, don't worry. I am an old woman, but I've lived a long and fulfilling life, and I do have stories to tell. Which story would you like to hear?
A true one. A true story.
All my stories are true, child. There are enough fairy tales in the worlds already. There's no need for me to make up more, believe me.
Tell us the story of the balance, then.
You want the story of the balance? Oh, that's a long story, child, and not one I'd venture to tell at this hour. But perhaps I could tell you a story that I heard a long time ago. A story that became a crucial turning point in the history of the balance, and that set in motion wheels that to this day are still turning.
Please, yes, that does sound like a story we'd like to hear.
Very well. This story, like all good stories, begins where it ends, in a tower, in a realm that is no more.
Chevron 1. Engaged. Alright, maybe I'm the only one who saw Stargate there, but anyway. So, we've got the story of the balance, which is too long to tell, but we'll hear another one? Very cool. Nice prologue there. This is just beautiful. Kind of snake eating its own tail, all these alien symbols. Of course, a snake eating its own tail is kind of invokes the image of eternity or an unbroken circle. Everything feels very alien, and yet sort of organic at the same time. Beautiful. sort of held in place. Ooh, he's awake. Of course, that's all we really know right now, is it's a he. Ooh, and he takes a nibble. Something has changed. Oh, nice. First snake fades away.
Oh, no. Don't tell me I'm dreaming again.
You know, for once, just once, it would be nice to have a decent night's sleep without waking up screaming from a bad dream at 4 a.m.
Aww. Well, we're not in Kansas anymore. This is April.
I'm in my undies. That's so not appropriate.
You were asleep. I forgive you. Let's look around.
Postcard pretty.
Landscape.
There's a storm heading this way. Even the weather sucks in my dreams. I feel so charmed. It's a pristine and picture-perfect dawn.
Obviously, we've got the icon that changes. Right now, we can only look. As with all adventure games, one click to look, walk,
What's
double
happening?
click to run.
Oh, perfect. I guess if I don't do something to save that egg, I'll suffer 7 years of bad karma or something.
Or something. Now, instead of the eye icon, we have a standard, which means we can choose multiple things. Look at it, talk, taste, etc. Pick it up, hand it, touch it.
It looks reptilian, but it can't be. It's much too big and I don't much care for reptiles.
Me either.
Did that sound come from the egg? Boy, that's some chick. I don't think I can get a good grip on it. It's too big and slippery and I might drop it by accident.
Well, let's see what we can see. There's a twig, an old tree, the nest. Now, I have played this game several times through, so I know the solutions, but it's
a
been a
nest,
while.
padded with large scales, very large scales. For some strange reason, I have a feeling I should get the hell out of here before the tenants return.
Nah.
This is interesting. I've never seen a scale this size before. I'll keep it as a souvenir.
Now it's showing us our inventory. Right there, it's a scale. And with this game, you can examine things in your inventory and actually put things together. There's a lot more intuitive than just stuff holding there.
It's a large, slick, and somehow disturbingly reptilian scale.
A lot of times you have to further examine things in this game to get the next solution to what you can do. You can take it. I'm not going to.
It's as dry as a bone. It'd probably snap right off in a second.
Oh, that might help.
Oh, the suffering we must endure.
What?
Why do you take such pleasure in torturing us?
Torturing you? Who are you?
We are the voice of all trees, the spirit of wood and leaf.
You're a talking tree?
No, a tree does not talk. At least not in your tongue. The tongue of trees is the language of wood, root, and leaf.
Who are you then?
Like we said, we are the voice of all trees. Whenever an injustice is done, we must speak for the tree if we are present.
It's the branch. I shouldn't have broken the branch off.
Oh, what does it matter anyway? There is nothing more to be done for us. We are simply here to provide comfort in the final passing to Earth.
We? I only see one of you.
We are one with our host, as we are all one spirit, but legion.
Yeah, thanks for clearing that up.
We do not expect you to understand. You are human.
Now here we have our choices. It's not exactly your standard dialogue tree. Sometimes in games you must click through each selection and get different choices that open up. With this one, sometimes you can go through all the questions, sometimes you pick whatever answer you want and you don't get to come back to it later.
What happened to the tree?
Oh, the pain. As the battle raged,
Battle?
between the Mother and Black Chaos. She was only protecting her child, but it would not back down, and the force of their battle shook the mountain. The brook that fed us was led astray, and without water, we began to wither and die.
What's the deal with the egg?
Egg? What egg? Oh, of course, the child. Whenever the mother was absent, we were entrusted with the safety of the child. But now, withered and without strength, we can do nothing to help. We have failed the mother, and we despair. Our shame knows no bounds.
Who are you again?
We are the wood spirit. We come to all trees in the hour of great need to provide comfort and aid in the passing to Earth, and to give a voice to those who suffer. Our time is running out as we speak. The passing to Earth is about to begin. Leave us now.
What about the egg?
Oh, it is too late. Without sustenance, we do not have the strength to bring it safely home. We have failed, and the Earth will know our shame for all time to come.
So, what should we do? Fuss at him for being glum? Nah.
Isn't there anything I can do to help?
Oh, we do not expect a human to come to our aid.
Lose the attitude, okay? Just tell me if there's anything I can do.
It is futile. We need water, but there is none. Not after the brook changed course.
I'll find a way. Don't panic.
We do not panic. Unlike you, we accept our destiny. If, however, against all odds, you do succeed, we will carry the child safely back into its nest. Do not make a foolish attempt on your own. It would spell certain misery.
Well, I'm going to take the tree spirit's word for it and not use the twig, so we can see where else we can go. There's our stream.
According to the, spirit, there was some kind of battle that split the rock and changed the course of the stream. Fresh mountain water. Back in the real world, they'd probably charge $15 a bottle for this.
Indeed. Of course, we saw the real world for her was sort of a futuristic world.
I'll lose my balance and fall if I have to hold the scale like this. I need something to support it with.
Isn't she helpful? Alright, let's take a look at the twig before we do that.
It's the withered limb of a dying tree. I feel so guilty. I really do.
Well, this could be good to
I
hold
think I
that
just
up.
made a funnel. Cool. I'm so proud of myself.
I'm proud of you too, April. You did it.
This should do the trick.
Nice.
Talk about instant rehab.
That's exactly what I was thinking. Alright, let's come over here so we can talk to him again.
Hello? Hello?
Leave us be.
Are you okay?
We find our strength returned, and so we have no time for idle conversation. We must drink and rejoice.
You're welcome.
Aren't we forgetting something?
Hush, listen. The song of ancient wood. Is it not sweet?
Sweet, definitely. Yeah. The baby's probably ready to boogie down as well.
The baby. Oh, the egg. Thank the earth. We almost forgot.
Thank April. I reminded you.
Uh-oh.
Not supposed to touch an egg in the nest.
What? What was that? Uh-oh.
It is you. You have come.
You know me?
April, daughter, I have been waiting for you.
Waiting. Why?
Because it begins here, with you, as it always has.
What do you mean?
The breach and the mending, the pain and the joy, the end of the old and the dawn of the new. A different world. I am the mother of what is, but you are the mother of a future that may yet be.
How will I know? How will I know what to do?
I will guide you, and I will protect you as much as I can. But in the end, you are on your own.
I'm afraid.
You always were, my child, my daughter.
This is probably not a good thing.
Chapter 1. Penumbra.
What a nightmare. I'm completely exhausted. I must have been tossing and turning all night. So hot in here, too. No wonder I keep having these weird dreams. I've basically been simmering in my own sweat every night this past week. Doesn't look like it's gonna cool down anytime soon, either. It's another sunny day in Newport. Well, it's a good thing the studio's got proper air conditioning. I promised myself I was gonna spend most of the day working, and I don't intend to break that promise. Not this time.
Well, let's see what we've actually got in the world of reality.
My cash card at the moment is really quite useless. There can't be more than $1 or two left in it.
That's not a good thing. So we're back. She was been dreaming. It's not been a one-time thing. It seems to be a recurring issue. And she kind of took it all in stride, like being called daughter by a dragon. Very interesting. Let's go ahead and take a look around April's room.
I had to borrow some posters from the cafe because I just can't afford to buy any of my own. When I think about it, that's so depressing. It's been too hot to sleep with a cover, so I don't.
Don't blame you.
I don't need to make my bed. It's been too hot to sleep with a cover.
Not much to make.
I'm not good at taking care of living things, but this plant's doing just fine despite months of neglect. Nice view, if you're into brickwork.
Go ahead and open up that window. Now when we look out, we'll be outside.
It's a seagull. The poor guy looks quite hungry.
Aww.
It's a rusty old grill, kept afloat by a rubber ducky. It's a rubber ducky, helplessly trapped under that rusty old grill. I don't know what that chain's for, but it's connected to some kind of mechanism at the bottom of the canal.
Oh, why not? Let's randomly pull it. Alright, that's a good idea.
I still haven't figured out what runs through the canals in Venice, but I'm sure it can't be water.
Interesting. She said Venice and she said Newport.
It's a clothesline.
Can we take it? No, but we can knock it down in the water. But like any good adventure game, if you can activate it, do it. So that's all set up. Let's see what's in her closet.
The wardrobe is actually made of real wood, and not that synthetic crap that makes me sneeze and itch all over.
You saw from the flying cars in the beginning that we are not exactly in our time frame. So synthetic wood, real wood.
I could only carry one suitcase with me when I left home. There was so much I would have loved to bring, but c'est la vie. At least it was a clean break with my past. I guess when all my hard work starts paying off, I'll get a house and fill it with all kinds of new junk. The past, who needs it?
Of course, right now we don't know anything about her past, besides she doesn't seem to have been here very long, and she's got bad dreams, with dragons calling her daughter.
Alright, so my wardrobe's sort of chic deficient, but I can't afford to be cutting edge. Useful, practical, and cheap is my shopping mantra.
Mine too.
It's a bunch of drawings I drew when I was a kid. I don't even know why I brought them here. They mean absolutely nothing to me.
Well, I suspect they meant something if you had so little room, but you brought that.
An empty cardboard box. That's so not interesting.
It's not empty.
It's Constable Guybrush, my toy oh, ape. He doesn't much like being called monkey.
Of course, that's a reference to the game series Monkey Island. So let's take a look at the toy monkey.
Constable Guybrush is a strange hybrid between man, ape, and musician. In addition to being an officer of the law, of course.
Of course.
It's a wind-up mechanism.
Hey! You! Yeah, you! Hands up! Spread your legs! And do the monkey!
Mildly amusing, but irritating as hell. I think I'll shut him up now.
This eye looks funny.
I think one of his eyes is falling out. The eye came loose. Poor Constable Guybrush.
We helped that along.
It's a great, big eye on a spring.
You never know when a great big eye on the spring could be handy.
Sorry, Guybrush, but I need to borrow your eye for a while.
So we'll exit out. Take a look at the eyeball.
Monkey see, monkey do. Well, Not without this, he won't.
Poor Guybrush. Alright, let's go ahead and exit out of the closet.
That's my desk, so, theoretically, that's where I'm supposed to do my work. I think my muse has departed me for greener pastures, though, because lately, inspiration's been fleeting at best. Shelves. That's my work. It's supposed to be a portrait of my life study teacher, but I think he might disagree.
Okay, so we've got information that she's a student and seems to be an art student. Her muse wanting to work in the studio today.
That fan is supposed to keep the room nice and cool in the summer. Sure, yeah, it's at least, 1/4 of a degree cooler in here when it's on.
Yeah, that's not good.
I'm part of the should be reading more but life's too short generation. We embrace our illiteracy. The last book I read was How to Seduce the Man of Your Dreams. Now, if I can just find a man to dream about, I'll be all set.
Not bad.
It's a picture of me and my friends. It's a picture of Charlie, Emma, and me in Florence Park. Marcus took it about a month ago before it got real hot.
So obviously we don't know why we might need it, but we've got it, so we'll take it. Ah, her diary. Alright, I think we're going to take a look at her diary, and then we're going to pause there.
My on-again, off-again diary. We've had a turbulent relationship, her and I. Dear Diary, note to self. Dreams of talking trees and dragons aside, it's still no excuse for talking to inanimate matter in the real world. So quit it.
Well, unless you're thinking it, so you give me details. Okay, we took the diary, so let's go ahead and look at it.
I've been keeping a diary intermittently since I was 5 years old. Not the same one, of course. I started this one, I think, April of this year.
Obviously, there's something sticking out.
There's a loose sheet of paper in here. Hey, it's my timesheet from the cafe. I completely forgot I put it in here. Good thing I found it, because I'm broke.
That's going to come in handy already. You see how they've made things that you need to investigate. Alright, I think that's going to have to do it for us though, guys, because we've already pushed our time. I hope you really enjoyed this first look at The Longest Journey. Till next time, bye.